don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Good afternoon. It's still May 7th, show number 2 today. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, man, Texas Bigfoot, I agree. Busy with Kevin, our AOC poster. I know exactly who you're talking about without even going any further. Again, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you would, be so kind to hit that like button and share this out. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, actually. I'm hoping I don't have to rush the show because, yeah, hour and a half should be enough. We got some officers that were acquitted in the Tyree Nickel case. And I'll be honest with you, when I seen it, I was like, why do I remember this so much? And there was a story behind the story, if you remember. And we'll get into that a little bit. And I don't remember it all. I actually pulled up one of the live streams we did covering the day the body cam footage was released. And we need to get back into that because I thought there was some inside stuff. One of the officers, I don't know. We'll get into that. We got a new Make America Healthy Again Surgeon General nominee. That is good news. They withdrew the one that would not been good for you and me. Columbia University, it's occupied right now. Once again, and they are refusing to let people out until they show ID. I have a feeling these people, with what we've seen the Trump administration do, they fooled around, and now they're going to find out there. Also got breaking news of a police officer shot in Philadelphia while trying to break up a fight at a high school. These liberal cities, man, even officers are getting shot at high schools. And I'm going to lead into something. I'm going to irritate some people probably. I was actually on the phone with our good friend Ben Martin talking about something else. And you know what he said? He says, I'm excited to see what James O'Keefe has. And I go, I hope it's not a lot of fluff, something we already know. Something that, you know, if you got breaking news and you're taking 7 days off, I want this to be baller, shot caller. Haven't seen anything on the news like this in a long time or something. And to me, it was a nothing burger, something we already knew. So a secondhand source saying the same thing that we've already talked about, confirmed when it comes to the Epstein people. And so I was a little disappointed, unless something else is coming out later. But I can tell you what, the bigger news was the sign in the background. It looks like he got Project Veritas back. Let's see. Hold on one second. So we're gonna see how this goes. I did want to put this up there right now. We talked about it yesterday. The Fed chair is not moving interest rates.
My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. Despite heightened uncertainty, the economy is still in a solid position. The unemployment rate remains low, and the labor market is at or near maximum employment. Inflation has come down a great deal, but has been running somewhat above our 2% longer run objective. In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy. The risks of higher unemployment and higher inflation appear to have risen, and we believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way to potential economic developments. Good afternoon.
Listen to this. I'm one of the in the Fed guys now. You know what I mean? I was never on the in the Fed train, but I'm in the Fed train. Listen to what he says at the beginning. Inflation is down. Unemployment remains great. Listen.
My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. Despite heightened uncertainty, the economy is still in a solid position.
Solid position, okay.
The unemployment rate remains low, and the labor market is at or near maximum employment.
The labor rate, the labor market is at maximum.
Inflation has come down a great deal, but has been running.
This is why Trump throws this butthead under the bus so much. This is you know how we're getting rid of these people at different agencies, and then we're finding out how they were against Trump, how they were working behind the scenes. This is one of those guys. And even with the Fed working against the economy, Trump will still make it happen. Now, as I said, Memphis officers acquitted of all charges in Tyree Nichols' beating death. It says former Memphis officers Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justice Smith were found not guilty of second-degree murder. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, some of you have been here with us for a while, but the day this body cam, we did a live stream. And so I was reading some comments, and I was like, man. So I looked at the part they showed, and let me show you the video of what's on here. Take a look at this, because this don't show everything.
No. Get the up. I didn't do anything. Hey, I didn't turn your around. All right. On the ground. All right. Hey, you don't do that, okay? Get on the ground.
So they literally ripped this guy out of the car. And again, it's okay to murder black people as long as you're a black person doing it. That's what I'm getting out of this.
Get on the ground! Okay. All right, I'm on the ground. Lay down! Yes, sir. Please, change you! Get on the ground! Lay down! One! Now! I'm tasing him. All right. Okay, dude, damn! Put your hands behind your back, quick! Okay, stop. I'm gonna knock you out. Hey, you guys are really doing a lot right now. Bro, I'm just trying to go home. And if you don't lay down, I am on the ground. Put your hands on your stomach. I got you. Spray. Okay. Stop! I'm not doing it.
First off, I don't know what police training has you watch someone run off. I mean, if you're pretty built officers and you're physically fit like you should be, why aren't you chasing this guy right now? Why are you just watching him run away? But that's besides the point. I want to finish this up and we're going to talk about it. Now, I will say it's stupid to run unless you're running because you know one of those officers is out to get you.
Hey, Mike. Bro. Watch out. Get your hand. Mom! Hey. Give me your hands. Give me. Okay, all right. Give me. All right. Okay. All right. Huh? Mike, get your hands, bro. Give me your hands. Watch out! Spray your ass again. Hey, give me your hands, bro. Watch out! Spray. Give me your hands, bro.
Remember, he sprayed all the officers around him. That's why they're all backing up. They sprayed themselves. Sprayed himself with pepper spray.
Give me a man. Watch out. I'm gonna baton the out you. Hit the hands. Watch out. Watch out. Give us your hands. Give us your hands. Give us your hands. Same location. Watch the council case. Watch the council case.
So needless to say, it goes on like this, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, why does this all look so familiar? And so I went back through X, and I typed in Tyree Nichols, and then I found this guy right here. I don't know if you guys know him, but this was the live breaking Memphis police body cam released in the murder of Tyree Nichols. This is from January 27, 2023, so over 2 years ago. Now, I will say this. I don't go back and watch my live streams often, but there was other circumstances in this. I'm going to play some of it just to give you an idea.
I gotta find my glasses and get this damn taser.
Look at how out of breath all these guys are right here. Here we go. Do I have the volume off? That was old school.
So I just switched to Verizon Business Unlimited.
Let's see. We're going to be playing it here shortly, guys. If it would go to it. Oh, Verizon sucks. Okay, so they are live showing it. Well, I'm going to put this on until we get the actual download.
2938, did you also read that I deployed my taser?
So this part was interesting. So they said he was driving recklessly, right? And I mean, they had a couple second scuffle, and all these people act like they haven't hit the gym in forever. But what's interesting about this, I'm going to follow up on this tomorrow because I'm listening to some of the comments, and I have a feeling this is bad. First Amendment Media says, damn, you're getting gray. Hey, but that's the wisdom. When you travel like I do and you know the truth, you start getting grayer. Thank you for the Rumble rant, by the way. Man, if it was $5 more, you would have had yourself an entry into our raffle. I'm going to go through, I'm going to watch this video tonight because I remember we talked about it, but there was a lot of extra circumstances. And did you know 2 people, they charged 5 officers with this? 2 of them pleaded guilty and are in jail right now. 3 of them pleaded not guilty and just got acquitted. So I wonder what those other 2 officers are thinking. I wonder what those other 2 officers are thinking. Check this out. Surprise, surprise. I'm a Californian and my state is once again suing Donald Trump. Gavin Newsom said California is filing a lawsuit against President Trump for withholding billions of dollars approved by Congress for electric vehicle infrastructure. This is yet another Trump gift to China. Please tell me how Trump fulfilling one of his campaign promises. Remember, California wants to end my ability to drive a gas vehicle or even purchase one. They've already done so on a lot of yard equipment. You can't buy a 2-cycle weed eater here in California. You got to drive over to Arizona. Leaf blower? You want a backpack leaf blower? You can get an electric one. And so Trump, again, said we're going to end these vehicle mandates of you must have an electric car. We're going to give you the freedom. And Gavin Newsom is so many billions of dollars in the hole. He's going to go ahead and sue Gavin Newsom, hoping that helps out. And it says, ceding America innovation and killing thousands of jobs. We are not letting up. When you raised the minimum wage for fast food workers, you killed thousands of jobs, Gavin Newsom. You hurt the economy. You hurt lower income folks. But you don't talk about that, do you? And he says he is illegally withholding billions in bipartisan infrastructure funds. I'm sure we can put that to good use. Do you want to do water storage with that? We can create some jobs with water storage, Gavin Newsom, so you don't put me back on a... Sorry, I see what Jeff just put. He says, you are a gray puto. You know what? Jeff's now in the raffle. Thank you, Jeff, for that. And then I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all your help. But again, we're not going with these mandates anymore, these electric vehicles. Again, we're going to have some freedom. What was it Scott Wiener said a couple months ago? It was actually the one time he wasn't talking about grooming. He was talking about putting another alert system in vehicles. You know that damn annoying buzzer? He wants to put one in there for when you're going over the speed limit. That'll keep notifying you. I got a damn speedometer. I don't need you to notify me. I got a radar detector to tell me if somebody else is checking my speed too. But they want to do that in California. This is the nanny state. Check this out. This happened, I believe, in L.A., because this is KTLA. A pursuit suspect launched out of his driver's seat mid-pursuit this morning. Take a watch.
Talking about, I believe, on Woodman, going at a relatively high rate of
9:45 in Southern California. Rich Brickett in Sky 5 HD over. Is this the end of a pursuit in California? Rich Brickett in Sky 5 HD over. Is this the end of a pursuit?
Didn't work out as planned.
Yeah, just now, it looks like it might be coming to a conclusion here. LAPD Van Nuys officers are here right at Hatteras and Mammoth. That person you're seeing right on top of the shed was leading them on a pursuit. And then turned into a residential area and bailed from the vehicle while the car was still moving, and ran into the backyard of these homes. And now it looks like officers were able to catch up to him and taking him into custody under the tree there. We'll make our way around. But this suspect was wanted for grand theft auto. They were following the car for a short time before it decided to take off.
Got him. He jumped out of the car while that thing was moving. That thing was doing at least 15, 20 miles an hour. That's why he hit the ground like he did. His feet ain't going to move like that. I got to take a drink. I wonder what I'm drinking. Guys. So we talked about this earlier. We just wanted to touch back basis on it. Who was it earlier we were talking about? It was... we had Idaho, Boise. I think it was Boise, huh? Boise, Idaho, that did the proclamation to make, was it the gay flag or the trans flag, their official flag, so they can fly it against, was that Colorado? No, that was Boise. Well, look at this. The Salt Lake City Council adopted the woke transgender pride flag proposed by Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall, now making them official flags of the city, guys. Think about this.
Tomorrow, a new state law goes into effect. It would ban pride flags from public buildings like schools or city halls. But tonight, the Salt Lake City Council approved a workaround, incorporate the pride flag into an official variant of the city flag. Now, it's not just the pride flag either. Flags representing Juneteenth and another for transgender pride will be adorned with Salt Lake's traditional Seago lily design. These flags are meant to bypass the limits. Again, House Bill 77, as they'll be adopted as official city flags. Here's the reason Mayor Aaron Mendenhall gave for the new proposal.
I want each and every resident to look up at any flag that flies at City Hall and be reminded that their community values belonging and acceptance, and that their community values every one of them. Let the Sago Lily send a simple but powerful message. Salt Lake City is here for you. We believe in you, and we love you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So that is a unanimous support.
Man, promoting the depravity, the detestable acts of some through an entire city. It's sad. It's sad. You have to worry about that. I remember I told you on the other show. I worried about Fresno, man. When you got a fake Christian mayor who's out there promoting, we call him Pride Flag Dyer. When he's out there crying because he just wants the pride flag up. Like, how does promoting what somebody does in their bedroom, how does that help anybody? It doesn't. Again, it's virtue signaling. Jay keeps asking, says, that's where all your California tax dollars are going, Josh. Sorry for you. You ain't lying, bud. Thank you for that. And you are also entered into the raffle that we are doing this weekend, possibly as early as Friday. How about this? A new investigation from Live Action exposes Planned Parenthood for prescribing cross-sex hormones to minors using virtual appointments. Defund Planned Parenthood. Oh, but they give prenatal care. No, they are demonic. Take a listen.
Calling Planned Parenthood. Thank you for choosing Planned Parenthood, Greater New York.
Thank you for calling Planned Parenthood, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for calling Planned Parenthood.
Hi, my name's Sophia. I'm just trying to schedule some gender-affirming care. I really just want to be able to get some testosterone to start my journey.
So we just have to start by booking your initial appointment so you can come in to see one of our providers. Are you over 18?
No, I'm 16.
You're good to be seen here then, 16 and older.
Okay, good. You're okay to do it for minors?
Yes, you can legally get hormones under 18. How old are you?
16. I know my mom has to come in with me. And does she have to be in there the whole time? Like, how does that work? Because I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
At some point in the appointment, maybe she doesn't have to be in the examining room with you.
You said I could do it virtually?
Yeah, you could do it virtually.
So what would that look like? So I just talk to a doctor and then they'd be able to prescribe me?
Yeah, if it's virtual, you'll still meet with the doctor and then go over all necessary information. At the end, they will then be prescribing hormones that would then be scripted out to your local pharmacy.
I don't need any therapy or anything first? You don't need any record of that?
Not that I know of.
I don't need any sort of records of having gone to therapy or anything like that, right?
Yeah, so unless you have TRICARE insurance, it would not be required.
There's nothing that I need before, right? I don't need to have records of meeting with a therapist or anything, right? Because my parents definitely aren't going to let me do that.
No.
I just decided last week, and so I kind of want to get in as soon as possible. Do you have any appointments available soon?
Yeah, it depends on the location too, but we usually do have availability for the next week of whenever you call.
You think that if I came in, went over everything with the doctor, they could send the prescription that day?
Yes, I think they should be able to. The provider is going to send the prescription to your pharmacy the same day of your appointment.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So I could get the hormones the same day.
Some pharmacies do take a little bit to get it together, but yeah, if not the same day, then more than likely the very next day.
Perfect.
Thank you for calling Planned Parenthood. You have a great day.
It's absolutely insane, man. My daughter's 18 now. She'll be 19 in a little while, but to think 2 years ago she could have got a virtual appointment through Planned Parenthood and without ever actually seeing a doctor, a virtual visit, get hormones prescribed to her that she could go pick up. Now, again, we've been a strong advocate against Planned Parenthood. There is plenty of centers that could use the money that Planned Parenthood gets to save a child's life or not to promote the gender mutilization of a young child. It is sickening what we're seeing. Good job on Live Action. Good job for Live Action. If you haven't followed them on X, follow them on X. It's at Live Action. So that's great. Woo-wee. If you guys know I fly. It's been a couple months since, it's been a couple months since I've flown, but there's sometimes we're always on airplanes. We're always dealing with the delays, you know. We were never dealing with delays until Trump, right? That's what the left wants you to believe. Watch this little video here from Frontier Airlines. Check this out.
The Mayday flight, you did, and you think you're gonna check me in? I bet you we won't. Okay?
I paid for a ticket.
And you didn't pay $25 for agent assistant, and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that
I. Get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in, and you decided that you ain't going to let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space. This is not your personal space.
This is my stationery.
This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job.
She's like, we don't got nothing to worry about. We're DEI hires. Can't fire us.
What?
For a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home.
I told you to stop putting the camera on me, sir.
I'm literally here at Frontier. I bought a ticket, and they are not letting me check in. For no reason whatsoever.
Well, you said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and have you not fly the airline.
All of them, even the white woke guy in the back said it. You said you were never flying Frontier Airline again, so he's a paying customer. Doesn't matter if he's going to promote your business or ever use it again. This is insane. And I have only flown Frontier once, and it's one of the ghetto airlines for sure.
I've already bought a ticket. I've literally already bought a ticket, and this is your reaction.
I'm sorry, man, but we've talked about customer service going downhill. We actually had an issue with American Airlines. I kind of told you guys about it, where I was more targeted and harassed because I had Trump gear on. And luckily, she didn't know I was recording. And when that was when me and Joe went to Atlanta, Georgia, for Trump's court case. And I was on the plane literally uploading the video to American Airlines on X. And by the time I landed, they were calling me saying, yeah, this woman stepped out of lines. The manager that walked up to you and, was just horrible. Let us investigate this. And they did something pansy, like 10,000 points. But, man, could you imagine? I wouldn't want to fly. I won't fly Frontier after that. That's for sure. So they're not learning yet. Check out this one. Why do they always look like this? You guessed it. Blue hair and key in a Tesla. Won't be hard to spot this guy. It looks like he's driving a Speedwagon too, guys. Looks like he's driving a Speedwagon. And he does it twice. Check that out. He does it when he's going to the grocery store to get his tampons. Oh, he slashes the tire right there. Gives it a couple more. Where was that one at? That was in Raymond, New Hampshire on Friday. I'm pretty confident they've already caught that guy. Like, have you not been watching the news? Do you not know they have Sentry Mode? Do you not know that they have cameras all the way around the vehicle and multiple people have been arrested? Crazy. Speaking of crazy, Kash Patel was on the Hill today giving testimony, and boy, did he knock it out of the park again. This was absolutely epic. I want you to listen to him. Again, he doesn't need a confirmation anymore. He is our FBI director. We got a couple things related to this, but take a listen to this.
Yeah, that's their loss. agency. I was an impeachment manager for President Trump's second impeachment. It was a sad, solemn duty. And so I wanted to ask you about that. Mr. Patel, as you and the president continue to weaponize and investigate his perceived enemies, as you follow this blueprint, when can I, a former impeachment manager, expect the FBI at my door?
Ma'am, you want to know who was targeted by a weaponized FBI? Me. You want to know how and why?
Well,
you want to know what I'm doing to fix it?
That. Let me move on.
Well, you should read the
topics.
book because there's no enemies list on that book.
So
there are people that violated their constitutional obligations and their duties to the American people,
good.
and they were rightly called out. And you should
topics.
give that book to every one of your constituents so they can read about it.
I won't be doing that.
That's their loss.
During your Senate confirmation hearings, you repeatedly denied having any involvement as a private citizen in the firing of FBI officials who engaged in the prosecution against January 6th insurrectionists, the violent rioters who beat and killed Capitol police officers, and whom you referred to as political prisoners. Since then, multiple whistleblowers have come forward, and we know that you likely committed perjury. At the same hearing, you claimed you were not familiar with Stu Peters, an anti-Semitic Holocaust denier, despite the fact that you appeared on Mr. Peters' podcast 8 separate times. 8 times. And you claimed not to recall. Mr. Patel, my second question is, should we worry more about your memory or your veracity?
We should worry more about your lack of candor. You're accusing me of committing perjury. Tell the American people how I broke the law and committed a felony. Have the audacity to actually put the facts forward instead of lying for political banter so you can have a 20-second donation hit.
The answer is both.
Oh, man, hold on. I voted for this, guys. I voted for this. This is like everything I wanted to see. Look at her face. Look at her face. She's getting eaten alive. She thinks she's doing the job. She thinks she's doing a well job, and she's getting eaten alive. Listen to this.
I believe that
the answer is you're failing, not me.
Play my time.
Go ahead.
Mr. Patel, I believe that the members of the FBI, and I know many of them, many retired, 38,000 people, as you say, it's a little less than that now, deserve the very best, deserve extraordinary independence, deserve freedom from the fears of being investigated, the freedom of coming forward to make sure they're doing their job.
So once again, what an epic. We got one more, and it'll lead into another investigation of a shooting of one of our Republican elected representatives that happened. But one more time, I just gotta play this.
So let's focus on how the president sees it, on what the president calls it. And you proudly display his quote on the front cover of your book. The president calls this a brilliant roadmap, a blueprint. And I have not even raised your storied children's book, The Plot Against the King. It concerns me how many people from this blueprint have been targeted with executive orders and FBI investigations. The FBI cannot be weaponized, and under your leadership, it has been nothing but a weapon alongside the president to go after the president's perceived opponents, to stifle dissent and free speech. A few weeks ago, as we saw through a social media post that you quickly deleted, the FBI arrested a judge in Wisconsin for correctly asking ICE officials if they had a judicial warrant instead of an administrative warrant.
Once again, a lie. You can ask all you want. If they're there to arrest somebody, you don't take an illegal alien and find an exit for them, harbor, obstruct a federal law enforcement. But she's not going to say that. She's not going to say that. This is epic.
Which they did not have. Despite this judge following the law, on the morning of April the 25th, the FBI arrested the judge in an escalation of the weaponization of the FBI under your leadership. Let me be clear. A functioning democracy does not lock up judges. I am gravely concerned about the utter lack of independence of the FBI and its weaponization under your leadership. I am concerned that the president is using this book, your book, as a blueprint, as he has said. It's a blueprint for revenge. And I am concerned that your eagerness, a childlike giddiness to carry out the president's revenge tour, you've shown yourself to be unserious in your statements before you were sworn in and some after. You've shown yourself unfit to lead this important agency. I was an impeachment manager for President Trump's.
I was an impeachment manager for the bogus impeachment of President
Second
Trump.
impeachment.
Oh,
It was
you're
a
done.
sad,
Let's talk
solemn
about
duty.
some of the FBI
And so-
and what they did, because they were, we know for a fact, and now that we're seeing files and everything, speaking of freedom of speech, does she not remember when FBI Special Agent Chan, was it Chan or Chang Chan in San Francisco, was working with the big tech to censor me, censor you on whatever speech they didn't like? That is government coercion. That is against the law. That violates our First Amendment rights. So they're trying to turn, again, everything Democrats do, they blame the opposing party for. Take a listen to this, too. This was interesting. You guys remember when Steve Scalise was shot? Listen to
Well,
this.
Sean, God answered a lot of prayers that day, but when the FBI initially pulled those of us from the baseball shooting into a hearing after we got out of the hospital, they called it suicide by cop. And we were so offended, we walked out of the hearing. We said, how can you call that suicide by cop when he tried to kill the two cops that were with me that day? David Bailey and Crystal Griner were both shot during the shootout, and the shooter tried to kill all of us that day, and it was politically motivated. And yet in their report, they said it wasn't politically motivated. And in fact, they withheld facts that the shooter had on his person that showed that he had political motivations, to then say falsely that it wasn't politically motivated. This begs the question, why was the FBI trying to mislead back in 2017? I applaud Kash Patel for getting the facts out and getting the record corrected. But the FBI in 2017 falsely put out information. Look, Jim Jordan's name was on that shooter's hit list, too. And he had very dire intentions to kill Republicans. That's what he said he wanted to do. It wasn't suicide by cop. And yet the report by the FBI initially tried to claim it was.
Literally, the FBI, that was under the Trump administration. The FBI at that time, they've been corrupt. They worked against Trump. Remember, they had an insurance plan to ensure that he wouldn't win back in 2016. Just absolutely crazy. But Democrats will have you believe something totally else. Hold on, I got frozen for a second. At least my mouse isn't frozen. Give me 1 second. I wonder if I force close it, if it'll come up, or I'll have to end the show. Give me 1 second. There we go. I figured out how to do it. Maybe it's the keyboard. Yeah, let me force close this really quick. It should open back up with all my news. Let's find out when it's a force close. Yeah, let's get that one out of here. All right, let's move on. Again, when you have Democrats saying, oh, the FBI, these great people, you know what? There's a lot of people in the FBI that should be gone. I wonder if Corey Ledbetter's still in the FBI in Fresno. Take a listen to this. High school, guys. How many remember high school? Now, some of you watching probably think this is a holiday party for Frontier Airlines. You might be right. That shooting right there was an officer being shot. That sound that you heard. He's outside of a high school, guys. Look at all police are doing is trying to break up the fight. They don't have any weapons drawn. They don't have anything. And of course, we got a little bit more update on this one. As you could imagine, there's people applauding the shooter. But take a look at this one here. This was after.
Started out as a fight right here in front of Overbrook High School. So here's Overbrook High School. We know Superintendent Tony Watlington just went inside. He's being briefed. He's going to address the media shortly. The shooting happened just over there where you see all the officers gathered. This is 59th. I'm at Turner. It is 1 block over. That is where the shooting happened. Now the video, it shows all the chaos leading up to it right after school let out. I'm going to pause now so you can see for yourself. So you can see it was a large fight that happened right. Told me it started out as a fight right here in front of.
I don't know. You know what? If I was better with the little technology, I would edit those videos and put all those people in Frontier Airlines stuff and share it out.
Overbrook High School. So here's Overbrook High School. We know Superintendent Tony.
For it. That's why. Okay, what else do we have? So. We know Laura Loomer has been doing a lot of exposing on Trump's nominations, some of the people that were already nominated, some of the people that were in positions. Some of those people have already lost their positions. Well, one of the people she went after, which you need to be thankful to Laura Loomer for this, was the Surgeon General pick, Jeanette Nushiwat. Jeanette Nushiwat. She was pro-vaccine, pro-mandates on all kind of stuff, and how she got through all that, I'll never know. But this is the story today. It was White House to pull nomination for Surgeon General pick, sources say. And within moments, check this out. Let's see, is it this one? Yes. I am pleased to announce that Dr. Casey Means will be nominated as our next Surgeon General of the United States of America. Casey has an impeccable MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, credentials, and will work closely with our wonderful Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., to ensure successful implementation of our agenda in order to reverse the chronic disease epidemic and ensure great health in the future for all Americans. Her academic achievements, together with her life's work, are absolutely outstanding. Dr. Casey Means has the potential to be one of the finest surgeon generals in the United States history. Congratulations to Casey. Secretary Kennedy looks forward to working with Dr. Janet Nishawat in another capacity at HHS. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, the name rang a bell. And then I found a video, and I'm going to show you some of that video. And if you haven't, go find her. You can put Dr. Casey Means. She's been on the Joe Rogan podcast. She's been on a couple other podcasts, very outspoken about our health centers and everything else. You need to go look at it, and I'll play a short video here so you guys get an idea. Take a listen to this. This is epic.
You would think that the American healthcare system and our government agencies would be clamoring to fix metabolic health and reduce American suffering and costs, but they're not. They are deafeningly silent about metabolic dysfunction and its known causes. It's not an overstatement to say that I learned virtually nothing at Stanford Medical School about the tens of thousands of scientific papers that elucidate these root causes of why American health is plummeting and how environmental factors are causing it. For instance, in medical school, I did not learn that for each additional serving of ultra-processed food we eat, early mortality increases by 18%. That's now.
You hear this? This is what we need to make America healthy again. Listen to this.
Makes up 67% of the foods our kids are eating. I took 0 nutrition courses in medical school. I didn't learn that 82% of independently funded studies show harm from processed food, while 93% of industry-sponsored studies reflect no harm. In medical school, I didn't learn that 95% of the people who created the recent USDA food guidelines for America had significant conflicts of interest with the food industry. I did not learn that 1 billion pounds of synthetic pesticides are being sprayed on our food every single year. 99% of the farmland in the United States is sprayed with synthetic pesticides, many from China and Germany. And these invisible, tasteless chemicals are strongly linked to autism, ADHD, sex hormone disruption, thyroid disease, sperm dysfunction, Alzheimer's, dementia, birth defects, cancer, obesity, liver dysfunction, female infertility, and more, all by hurting our metabolic health. I did not learn that the 8 billion tons of plastic that have been produced just in the last 100 years, plastic was only invented about 100 years ago, are being broken down into microplastics that are now filling our food, our water, and we are now even inhaling them in our air. And that very recent research from just the past couple of months tells us that now about 0.5% of our brains by weight are now plastic. I didn't learn that there are more than 80,000 toxins that have entered our food.
That's scary. That means RW's only working with 0.5% of his brain, so he's thinking through plastic. That's not good.
Our air and homes by industry, many of which are banned in Europe, and they are known to alter our gene expression, alter our microbiome composition and the lining of our gut, and disrupt our hormones. I didn't learn that heavy metals like aluminum and lead are present in our food, our baby formula, personal care products, our soil, and many of the mandated medications like vaccines, and that these metals are neurotoxic.
So you can see where, oh man, they're going to be triggered on this one. I can't wait for her to be nominated again. Over the last, you know, we really took a step in this household to get away from all processed food. I don't think we have one thing in this household that's ultra processed. Occasionally when we have parties, like, you know, when we have things that we might buy chips or some things like that. But for the most part, it wasn't as hard as people tried to make it out to be. It might be a little bit more pricier on the kids' snacks and stuff, but it's well worth it. And I have watched hundreds, I'm not exaggerating when I say hundreds of hours on different doctors, on different specialists. Some people they called psychos. They were calling them psychos like 6 years ago, and now everything they said is absolutely true. And if we could get a Surgeon General along with RFK Jr. as the Health and Human Services Secretary, and we get all this, we are going to be on a path. And I'll be honest, the one that bothers me the most, and I was telling my sister this the other day, I think it was, and I might have said it online, is Caden eats a lot of fruits. We want him to eat fruits, vegetables. I mean, he goes into the refrigerator in the middle of the day, like to grab his own snack, and it's a carrot. And again, you cannot get away. You could say organic all you want. You're not getting something without pesticides 99% of the time, even if it says organic. And I was like, man, by feeding them all these fruits, it's really scary right now because you could be feeding them cancer. And when I started looking at this years ago, like 6 years ago, I stopped using any weed killers, any type of crazy stuff around the house. It takes me hours a week because these weeds keep growing. I've tried natural stuff. It doesn't work. But you know what? I've had 2 people I know personally that had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And they were regular users in their industry of chemicals that are found in Roundup. So hopefully we can change some stuff, invent something new. It's just crazy. Now we're going to get into Columbia University. After everything we've been seeing, after the hard hits some of these universities have taken, and again, continuing to allow people to break into their college campuses, do whatever they want, not have any repercussions. We got quite a few videos on this one. I want to show you right now at Columbia, masked pro-Hamas groups just broke into the library during finals week. We've seen this before, right? Last year. And you have students upset. You have a lot going on, but take a look at this really quick and we'll get into the videos. You're going to like these videos. Or not like them, but appreciate them.
Like that.
Look at, they're pushing the public safety guy out of the way. Free Palestine. How about send them to Gaza? There is no Palestine. Watch some of these videos, though, that are coming out of this area. What's this next one here? This is a couple different videos. Take a look at this. That one's not that great, but they got better. That's the library. People are studying for finals. I don't know. They all got dish towels. I don't know if they're going to be cleaning dishes later, but that's what it appears. Check out some, I think there's another one over here. Columbia University, and there's some people pissed off. Some even business leaders are now texting that they will never hire a Columbian graduate again. They have allowed this to happen to schools. Many campuses have. They've allowed these people to take over. These are terrorists. These people need to be arrested. They are breaking the law. Your free speech doesn't allow you to go in there and do this. I'm going to tell you that right now. Take a look. There's a lot of videos we have. How about this one? When they're vandalizing shelves of the Butler Library in Columbia. You tell me. Now you can see white liberal. Now, the good thing is they're handling it a little different, and we're going to see if the FBI gets involved. Like I said, with what we're seeing on college campuses, what I see with Trump and his administration holding back funds and everything else, I want you to see, we got quite a few videos, a lot of stuff's going around. But I'll get to it right now. Let me show you this one. This is students. This is the students that are actually got to study for finals, and they want to get a good grade. They want to get a job. Take a $90,000 a year, and this is what happens on finals week.
Don't worry, as soon as we're able to let you guys back in, we'll let you go. Yo, bro, is everybody? I need to get my stuff, bro. I gotta get my stuff.
Oh, hi. Oh my gosh. Hi, yeah.
Those are all the students that want to get in so they can study for finals. $90,000 a year, and a bunch of terrorist supporters, white liberals, most of them, you will find out. But take a look at this. Public safety officials are refusing to let them leave unless they show ID. So they're going to ID these folks. They have a lot of video. Listen to this one here. And so they are saying, hey, if you guys don't ID yourself, you're being arrested for trespassing. And they started chanting, let us go. I I want to see some action. I want to see the list of those people in there, and you're going to see they all have to do with left-wing groups. While this is going off, additional protesters from outside the library are shoving those police officers, those public safety officers, trying to rush into the library. This is a video of them trying to shut and lock the door. This is while the other part is still occupied by the jihadist supporters. Looks like an insurrection. See, we got more. Let's see what this was. And then I'm going to pull up more too. I couldn't have it. It says, situation report, protesters inside Butler still refuse to identify themselves to public safety. Protesters outside attempting to push past public safety officers as they claim their comrades are being blocked inside. Oh, let's see what else we got. I think, let's see if there's another one in here. We're going to go get some updated video for you. Clashes and arrest at the doors of the occupied Butler building at Columbia University. According to protesters' online post, securities are asking students to show ID if they want to leave, otherwise face arrest. This could get good.
You're going to hurt people, man. You're going to hurt people. So you're creating What's the worst that's going to happen if you let people in, man? What's the worst that's going to happen? What is the worst? You're going to hurt people, man. You're going to hurt people. So you're creating
You're going to hurt people.
So you're getting people physically harmed.
Pull out the batons. Pull out the pepper spray. Let's go. Ooh, I'm glad I'm not there. I would have like 5 felonies right now. Drop kick that little disc-wearing, gift-toss-wearing terrorist.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
About ready to deport your ass. That's what we're doing.
Fucking parents! Stay tuned. Stay fucking tuned. You're a lawsuit, bro. Fuck you. Why are you doing anything now? Why are you doing that?
Get up, you little. How much you want to bet that person on the ground with the dish towel around is going to say, they assaulted me. I can't go to school anymore, or I can't go to work. I need money. Show me the money. Maybe Al Sharpton will come to her or its rescue. You can never tell with these people what gender they are. We're going to finish this up and give you an update on what's going on over there, though. This is at Columbia University. Columbia University. Oh, poor her.
You guys are all fucking kids and passion. All fucking trainers.
See, here's the problem. Right now, SWAT should be in there arresting every single one of these assholes. Bottom line, Pixie, forgive me for that one. I just, when I see this and it's continuing to go on, the great thing is we have the Trump administration. That is awesome. Let me see if there's any updates on this, because I pulled up all that stuff before the show. New protesters confront. Oh, there's more protesters at a gala they're having in Manhattan. Oh, yeah. Protester arrested after blocking entrance to Alexander Hamilton Award dinner with billionaire blockade protest. These people are stupid. There's all kind of protests going on. Let me see something. Let me type in KLM79, thank you. It says extra curse jar money, and you're also entered into our epic. Hold on. We haven't even talked about it this show. We have a raffle going on. If you guys want to. What happened to the raffle stuff? Let me find this out. Let me pull it up right now. But we got a raffle going on that we're going to do either Friday or this weekend, depending on our travel. Again, it's the beginning of the month. We have bills to pay. We got to get a lot of stuff paid. And then we're planning on, hopefully, after the bills are caught up and taken care of, fundraising to go down to D.C. next month for the military parade. And it should be epic. There might even be a chance I might be able to meet Matt down there. We can do some crazy stuff. And so let me pull this up really quick and find out where I have it. I don't know why it went away when I refreshed this, but give me 1 second. See how far I got to go. I don't think I got to go far. There it is. I don't post much on X lately. So where'd it go? Checking my computer usage right now because it's slow. Okay, here we go. So here's what you are entered in for if you get in the raffle. Check this out. This is a 12 by 15 framed Donald Trump photo. It has the iconic photo of him raising his fist. It has two versions of that photo on this portrait. It also has on the bottom right, Donald Trump, 45th and 47th President of the United States. Boren, Donald John Trump, his date of birth, his political affiliation. Then in parentheses, it says fight, fight, fight. Donald Trump, July 13th, 2024, Butler, Pennsylvania. And a cool Trump cards, the wackiest card game ever. This game is one of those that has quotations, and it could be things that Trump said, or it could be fake news. You decide. Those two items we'll pick one winner. So if you guys want to get in and help us out, we appreciate it. You can do so by Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $Oreo Army, GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. And if you use Zelle, you can jump on, if you do the bank, you use online banking and you have Zelle and you want to use that, jump on our website, theoreoexpress.com. Scroll down. There's a donate now button. It has all the links, including our Zelle. And then as always, you can also do it here on Rumble by doing Rumble Rants. So I appreciate everybody. KLM79, thank you. I know Sansia jumped in for a couple while we were offline. So, and I'll read everybody out when we get done. But I want to say thank you for helping support us. We want to do some major travel, and we just want to get caught up with the bills. Let's see here. Let me put this back up here. Colombia. Let's see. Now, an increasing amount of Hamas protesters are being arrested and let out of Columbia University in handcuffs. The State Department will be revoking any visa they're here in, and ICE will make the arrest. So let's pull this up. It is beautiful. They should demask them as they walk them out. Beautiful. Raider 208 says, I'll play. Thank you, Raider 208. Appreciate you. So got some arrests coming there. Let's see if there's anything else popping up before we move on. We're doing okay on time. Yeah, this is one of those people that said that as of today, I will never hire any Colombian graduate from the class of 2026 or onward. I hope leaders in the business world will adopt this policy. The only reform is to bankrupt it, blacklist its students, and cast it into irrelevance. That's the one we've seen already. I want to give you guys this view right here. I think this is them trying to get out of the library. Oh, my gosh. I think we're going to have some great names. We're going to have, I have a feeling, again, Colombia usually wouldn't have gone this far, but after everything that the sanctions and everything that Trump has put on them, they're finally doing a little something about it. Let me see if there was anything else besides that. I want to see some more perp walks. That's what I want to see. Let's see. Show your ID or you'll be...
Produce your identification card and you will be allowed to leave without issue. If you fail to do so, you will be arrested for trespass. We are now asking you one time, please produce your identification card and you will be allowed to leave without issue.
Look at this person right here in front. When he says that, just look at her, turn around and think, oh, crap. Look at right there. Watch.
We are now asking you one time, please produce your identification card and you will be allowed to leave without issue.
So we'll bring some updates to this. I'm sure we're going to have some great updates to this. Let me see what else we have as we still have time. So I haven't played this one for some reason, but maybe it wasn't because it was released. I've played it on other stuff, but this is new footage that shows the illegal aliens from Venezuela attacking 2 NYPD officers at Times Square. Take a look. This is from Fox News. I think they're forgetting this ain't Biden's America anymore. And I'm hoping we start seeing vigilante justice when people start seeing this. Look at them. Look at how they're treating those officers. That was a little kid that acted like that, too. These are the bad hombres Trump talks about. These are what I consider cockroaches, the dung on the bottom of your shoe that needs to be deported. And that's why we are working extra hard to get that dung back to its own country. It's disgusting. What was the next one I had? How about this? Some good news. Take a listen to this. These little operations are going on everywhere. They have big operations with 300 officers, and they have smaller operations where they're just netting 5, 15, 20 arrests. Take a listen.
Arrests happened around Reno, Sparks, Carson City, and Dayton. Kim Burrows was there this morning. She's the only reporter who went along on the targeted enforcement. Kim, tell us about the morning, a big day.
It was a big day. The arrests by ICE and several federal agencies have been happening around the country, as you've seen here on the news, but they're also happening here in Nevada. Just yesterday, federal agents arrested 17 people, and before noon just today, they arrested 16 other people. These are people who Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, say that they are in the country illegally and have prior criminal convictions. So before the sun came up, we met up with ICE officers today, along with the FBI, DEA, marshals, and other federal officers and agents. It was a targeted enforcement. We drove to a house in Carson City and waited for about an hour for the known suspect to come out. Once he started driving and moved up Highway 50, which you'll see here in just a minute, officers made a traffic stop. They arrested 56-year-old Rodolfo Hernandez Yanez from Mexico. ICE says he was in the country illegally in 2014, and he was convicted of involuntary manslaughter.
Oh, man. So which Democrats is going to run to his aid? You know, the murderers, the gangbangers, MS-13, TDA. I noticed Dottie in here said, let me see. I don't know why this is messing up. This is my phone. Dottie in here said from the last one, there was a 12-year-old member of the TDA in that last New York video. Maybe that was that little kid. That's disgusting. And I'm going to say this right now. Again, I'm not bashing. James O'Keefe does some great work, but a lot of fluff today, in my opinion. So his world exclusive, he took 7 days off. I was talking to Benjamin Martin. I was like, I hope it ain't a fluff piece. I hope it ain't something we already know. Well, that's what it turned out to be. It was world exclusive. Prince Andrew was effing underage girls. It was an undercover tape of somebody that was really close with the family that knew about it. And that's all good and stuff. But to take 7 days off and say, I'm not suicidal and stuff, little bit of a fluff piece. And I think it fell flat on its face, unless something else is coming out later. And I'm not bashing him. He does some incredible work. Check this out. Migrant nonprofits resort to donations, litigation as federal funding dries up. This is from Fox 5 San Diego, and we got some other stuff from Fox 5. Check this out. It says, El Paso, Texas, migrant services nonprofits are resorting to donations and litigation as federal funding cuts force them to furlough workers to find alternative sources of funding. Before, they were running off your tax dollars. Remember that when we were standing outside these NGOs? It says the cuts come as the Trump administration prioritizes border security and deportations over asylum. The tactic has dramatically cut down on new arrivals at the southwest border, but leaves millions of people with cases pending U.S. immigration court in need of legal assistance. We have had a significant amount of money cut to the organization. We have a $7.5 million budget, and we've lost $5 million in funding. Oh no, my tax dollars are not going to represent an illegal alien that broke into my country. I'm so upset. That was from the executive director of Estrella Del Paso. It says the El Paso-based organization, which provides legal representation and know your rights presentations to migrants in court, furloughed 30 workers. Well, that's not enough. We need them to shut down. Says they aren't alone, as migrant nonprofits, not just the one at southwest border, but all over the country, lost federal funding seemingly overnight this year, said Reverend Mark J. Seitz, the chair of the U.S. Conference of Bishops Committee on Migration and Bishop of El Paso. In El Paso, 5 church-run migrant shelters have closed in the last 2 months. Again, this is what I voted for. I still want some of these folks prosecuted. But one other one I wanted to show you, this was interesting as well. 3 CBP officers accused of allowing undocumented migrants to enter the U.S. This is right down here in San Diego area, the San Ysidro port of entry. It says 3 on-duty U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers accused of allowing vehicles with undocumented individuals to pass through their lanes into the U.S. without inspection at the San Ysidro port of entry face multiple charges. Ferris Alamonte of San Diego, Ricardo Rodriguez of Tijuana, Mexico, and Carrie Stephanie Quinones of Imperial Beach have been charged with conspiracy to bring aliens in for financial gain and bringing in aliens for financial gain, aiding and abetting, the U.S. Department of Justice said in a news release Tuesday. The 3 CBP officers were allegedly revealed their lane assignment and hours they were scheduled to work the primary inspection booths at the San Ysidro port of entry, so that co-conspirators would know when it was safe to transport undocumented individuals across the border with impunity, sometimes using code words to gain admittance. This is awesome. It says the indictment alleges the defendants falsely reported into the Transportation Enforcement Communication System database the number of occupants in the co-conspirators' vehicles to conceal the fact that those vehicles contain undocumented. So they were lying. We've talked about it. There's bad people on Border Patrol. We've ran into them when Border Patrol treated us like shit for filming the actual invasion versus the other ones that say, hey, how you guys doing? You know, we caught it pretty quick. Speaking of that, let's bring up one that I'm wondering if she's still there. Watch this. Let me go up to my thing because we still have a little time before we got to get ready for church tonight. Let's go to mine. If it pops up, it might take too long to find. We got so many border videos. Coming up to some that are pretty close to it. Yeah, there she is. So let me find the video that's related to that. What I tagged that.
Rides out here.
I'll get the other door.
Man, we got a lot of border stuff, man. A lot. Okay, come on. It's funny. All the states, everything, all the different airports leading to the states. The cartel bridge. Maybe it won't come up. I was hoping it would. The baby, when me and Matt were down there, we just went by the baby that was naked in a diaper out there in 103-degree heat. Man, there is so much. Yeah, we're not going to find that one right now. I have to pin that one up. But again, there's some bad Border Patrol agents out there. Most of them were really good. Most of us treated us very fair and appreciated us out there covering this for the world. I want to know where this guy is.
After the first revolutions happened in 2011, after Mubarak get down from his bullshit chair and the other ugly face came, which now he's talking about democracy and he's nothing. He knows nothing about democracy.
How many remembers him?
They put me for 10 years,
Sasha,
4 months, and 22 days in a cell that's 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter where there's no light.
good heavens.
You can see my pictures on the internet, by the way. Just write my name, first name and last name. You will see all the story.
Here.
It's a story.
This is my personal business card.
Please.
You can call or text me.
That was one that got us, another one that entered the illegal, you know who I am. That was the one that got us kicked off YouTube because we were covering that. And that is absolutely sad that we would be kicked off a social media site for providing you guys with the truth, but that's all right. Got the border pig right there. Let's see. Is this it? I think this is it.
I don't like the human trafficking that's going on that obviously Secretary harassing people out here, so we just don't like the human trafficking that's going on that obviously Secretary Mayorkas and Joe Biden is being part of. This is human trafficking. That's what it is. You laugh at that?
No, I'm not.
What'd she do?
Mayorkas and Joe Biden is being part of. That's what it is. You laugh at that?
No, I'm not. I'm just.
You don't think this is human trafficking?
I cannot.
What
I
happens
cannot
to
give
all
you
the
guys any
people
comments.
that,
I'm sorry. I can.
get
I can give
kidnapped
you
on the
guys the
way
number
over
to the
here?
PIO office.
Yeah,
That's
we've
all I
talked to
can.
PIO and
I know.
they can't.
So hopefully maybe she's got her packing order. She thought it was quite cute and funny. Really quick before we head out of here, we got two things for you. Let me jump this up there on the screen. Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA 2K25, the daily live event where the intensity of the NBA playoffs comes straight to your screen. Every day we spotlight all the teams that have made it to the playoffs, capturing every electrifying moment from jaw-dropping buzzer beaters to horrendous dunks. Imagine sitting courtside as the action unfolds in real time. That puts you right in the middle of the excitement. Whether you're backing your favorite team or just love the raw energy of high-stakes basketball, NBA 2K25 delivers the pulse of playoff action like no other. So gear up, get comfortable, and join us live because every play, every pass, every moment matters. Your ultimate courtside experience starts now. That is NBA 2K25, guys. So check that out. And if you guys want to jump in, again, got a couple more days to get into it. We have, where did I put it? We'll have to figure out what I did to this. We have our raffle going on. If you guys want to join our raffle, if you just want to donate, we appreciate you. We're trying to get some bills paid off at the beginning of the month. As always, we will enter you into a raffle. If you, for every $10 or every $10 you donate, you get one entry. So if you do 30, you get 3 entries. You can do that at Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App $Oreo Army, GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. And as always, if you use bank transfer, your banking app and you want to use Zelle, that link is provided on our website, theoreoexpress.com, and you can click our donate now link. I want to say thank you to everyone that's tuned in. And if anything breaks tonight, I'll come back live after church, but want to say thank you for all you guys tuning in. Appreciate you. We can't do it without you. I'm going to close this really quick and open this back up so it's... There it is. They're all back there. So once again, guys, we want to say thank you, and we will see you soon. God bless.
Well, hop aboard the Oreo Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd.